Hello, Latinos in Clinical Research. Welcome back to another special series we have for you, of career pathways. And today we've got special guest Monica Paula Cuitiva on the show. We're
Yay.
featuring her. She's got a great background, also very relatable, much like Ashley Margot, who's Mrs. Relatable to the community. Monica Paula Cuitiva is as well, because Monica came from completely different industry, out of left field to do clinical research, and now is doing so many amazing things in the space. And so, welcome, Monica. How's it going?
I'm doing great. I mean, better than ever.
Nice to feature you on here. And then Ashley and Chris, the co-hosts
Yes,
today,
yes.
they're going to be asking a lot of questions about your background. So, why don't we start with, because you're everybody who knows you by now knows that you're an entrepreneur, business minded. Were you always that way?
I think I was, I mean, since I was little, but yeah, I think I was. I used to sell things when I was little, so I think I was, and I was selling things that everybody could get
Now your career
for free.
your career led you to a bunch of things. I mean, you were in media for a while. Can you give us a background, like where you went to college? What was your major? What were your
Wow.
plans? Let's start with like a very early Monica, like college.
Wow,
You're
that's
going
gonna
to
take a
college.
while.
What did you want to do?
Yeah, this
Well,
video doesn't need to be an hour long, Dan. Come on.
Ah.
Hey man, it's a career pathways. Where else can we start but at the beginning? Every
That's right.
pathway has
Let's
what? A
hear it, Monica.
beginning, a
Certainly.
middle, and an end. We don't know what the end is yet,
Yeah.
but
No,
we're
we
gonna
don't.
Yeah.
find out what the beginning is.
Well, I in some point of my life, I mean, when I was younger, I always liked to experiment and to look for new things. So I think I have always been curious, a curious mind. However, I ended up in marketing and advertisement. That was my first bachelor's, which somehow is, I mean, is related to that because you're creative and you experiment with different things and you also do research for marketing um, in order to achieve goals, right? Then after that, um, I moved to United States. I started doing different things, but I landed a job in healthcare, and uh, and uh, and that kind of trapped my heart. I think healthcare has been in my heart for forever. My family, in fact, basically everybody's in healthcare, but by accident I got into healthcare work, um, and and since then I've been in different I mean I have been exposed to different things because life took me to different countries and
Yeah, you've been
um
all over the planet, but what healthcare job was it? Because somebody's watching who knows where, and they're saying, "Okay, I got a healthcare job too." What healthcare kind of job was it?
so I was working in a small clinic that they do I forgot the name of this dialysis.
Oh,
They do
okay.
dialysis. So I was helping with the charts, I was organizing all that stuff. So
Was
it's
this in
basically
Australia or?
no, that was actually here in California, in
Oh,
Orange
okay,
County.
okay.
California was my first place when I left Colombia.
I
Uh,
gotcha. Okay.
yeah. So then from here, uh, I moved to Miami,
Okay.
and I opened a business there because I didn't have network, I didn't have friends or anything. So I say I have to create my own job. So I opened a business there. Uh, Totally
Miami.
different story. Yeah.
What
The
business
business I
did you do
had
there?
there, that I had two businesses. One was for home decor, and then the other one was a coffee shop,
Oh, wow.
uh, which is
Okay.
totally different than healthcare, right?
I like it though.
But thank you. So I had those two businesses until September 11 happened. and
9/11.
September, yeah, 9/11.
Okay.
And because Miami is a state that lives from tourists,
Yeah.
the business kind of went really low. Like, I mean, I basically didn't have
Mm.
much business going on, so I sold those businesses, and then I started looking again. What I wanted to do, what was my passion, my true passion. So, um, in that point, I realized that I would have been I, I mean I really liked to be a doctor. I wanted to be a doctor, but it was kind of difficult because I was obviously in a different country. I didn't have my first language was not English, so it was really hard for me to get into a med school. So the next best thing for me was either to be a biotech engineer or healthcare management. Since I was living in between, in that point, I was living in between Miami and Dubai. The best option for me was to do business because that was the only career that allowed me to do it online. Um, Basically everything.
So you
So I
chose
took that
business.
path. Yes, no, business with a specialization in healthcare.
So I want to add one thing too. I'm the only one here out of all four of us that had absolutely never a desire to be a doctor. So
I
all three of
know.
you had a desire to be a doctor at one point.
Surgeon.
Yeah. What's wrong with you three?
I know.
I wanted
I
to
don't
be a
know.
neurologist. I wanted to be a neurologist
Yeah,
because
that's
I think
cool.
the
I'm
Wow.
a
brain and
surgeon.
everything, yeah,
I like the
it's really
mechanics.
interesting.
But following your career, I mean, yeah, it's like you're like all over
It's
the
like all
place.
over the place. Exactly. All
Question.
over the place. Yes.
Did you say you were in Dubai?
Yes.
My God, Monica, why did you come back?
I was
Australia
living
too.
in
She
Oh
Dubai.
lived
my
in
Yeah.
gosh,
Australia too.
Australia. Oh yeah, I did hear you say it
Yeah.
one time.
Yeah. So when I
Colombia,
was,
Why?
California, Miami, Dubai, Australia.
Oh gosh, you've
yes.
been to all the like nice, exotic places. I love it.
and I mean, then I finished my career, and when I finished my career, I wasn't sure if I wanted to go in the direction of being working in a big hospital or if I wanted to be in pharmaceutical. For some
Mhm.
reason, I don't know why I had in my heart pharmaceutical, because I told it also give me the opportunity of business opportunities,
Mhm.
like like for example, I initially thought about being a pharmacy. I mean, like clinical liaison is the job when you go and talk to doctors and explain the medications and stuff. So I initially thought that could be a path. And um, fast forward, I finished my career, but then some personal things happened in my life, and I ended up moving to Australia. And in Australia, I had the background of healthcare. I was working in healthcare, but I got offered a very good job doing marketing and public relations.
Hmm.
Um, and that job was promoting bands.
There
So
is a
it's
very
total.
rare, there is a
Wow.
very rare video of Monica
Yeah.
on YouTube
Put it
in
up.
Where
Australia.
is,
Put it up.
I
yeah,
don't
let's,
Put
know.
it up.
I don't know.
Put it up. Share your screen and put it up. Let's
I
see
was
it.
gonna say whoever can find
I will find it
this
right
video
now. Let me
wins a
just,
book. You win a book. I'll mail
what
you the
band was
book.
it, Monica? I will get this.
No, no, Monica in Australia
Have you seen this
interviewing.
video?
I have seen it because
Oh,
Monica gave me the link years ago.
and then took it from you.
But isn't it ironic that you were in media and now
Exactly.
with LICR and the CRC Academy, well, we don't want to give spoilers, but
It's too
you're
hard to
doing
find.
media now, basically. You're just doing social media.
It's
Yeah.
true.
So, I mean, I know my background is all over the place, but every single thing that I have learned, every single career that I have, I mean, every single experience that I have is what brought me here. Without the experience in healthcare, I mean, I will not be here without the experience doing
Right?
marketing and advertisement. Uh, that was actually the one that brought me to Dan and Chris. because when I got to California, when I came back to California, uh, I basically had no friends again. No much. I didn't know much people. I only had one friend. That friend introduced me to somebody else. In the meantime, I was doing all the efforts possible to get a job. So I was going to every single career fair that was for healthcare, for pharmaceutical, and even for, I remember that I went to many career fairs for doctors, and I was introducing
In
myself
California?
in California.
So you came
So I
back to
was,
California after Australia?
yes.
Because I get tired just listening to all this. So
So back and forth.
just
So
all
awesome though.
over. Okay, come back to California because it's the best place on the planet. Not sure if you still feel
Yes.
that way in 2021. Hello, people in the future. But we won't get into that. Uh, so you started hustling like crazy, going to health fairs.
Everywhere.
So you moved to California with no job.
Not job. I had
Wow.
some money. I had
That's
some
riskier than buying
savings.
Dogecoin.
Yeah, I had some savings, but I knew I mean, if I already started and make it in different countries, why not in United States, which is the best place to
Hmm.
be,
Best
right?
mindset too.
Yeah, yeah. So, so when I got here, I start looking into all the job fairs as possible because I say I need to network, I need to find these
Hmm.
recruiters, I need to meet doctors, I need to meet people in the industry. Otherwise, how I'm gonna get there?
Mhm.
Hmm.
So I start going all these network. I mean, all these job fairs, even like I say for doctors. And I was introducing myself. I used to leave my CVs everywhere. And then I think when you desire things so much, it comes to you.
So you
uh,
were a generalist before we even like started talking about being a generalist in research. You were a general. You had a background in everything, even making coffee.
yeah, uh, I do. I do good coffee.
You
Colom-
left
I
out
make a
Colombian
the
good
coffee.
coffee.
you
Colombian
left out
coffee is
the
great.
what about the chiropractor and the massage therapist and the for the Miami Dolphins? Why are you leaving out
Yeah,
all this
What?
stuff?
yeah.
Oh my God.
Wow, yeah,
That
that's what
means
I
you're
was
good,
saying. That
Monica.
is
How
too
much do you
much.
charge?
Good thing I know a few things about you because you leaving out like important
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah. Well, so in between the bachelor's in Colombia and starting my bachelor's here, I said I want to study something that give me good support, financial support. I don't want to have a student wages, right? So I say, okay, so I'm gonna take a small, short class in something that also is related to healthcare. So I went to college and took the massage therapy class in Miami, and I was working while I was studying in university. So and the great thing is that certification, since it's national, is great because you can live basically anywhere in United States and find a job, and then for massage therapists to find a job is so easy, like really easy.
Hmm.
Wow.
Um,
Good to know.
so I work in many different healthcare facilities. I have never worked in a spa, so I don't really know how is that environment. Always what with the sport doctors and with chiropractors. And then I got the opportunity to be part of the Dolphins for one season. And I say, well, why not, right? So I was part of a team. I think that was back in 2007 or 2006. I don't even
2007.
remember.
Anybody famous in the Dolphins then?
I'm trying to think. I don't think any fantasy
Wow.
value of any player back
No,
then.
I don't think so.
That's
Dolphins
cool.
have never been the best, but well.
Always been
Uh,
at least one, Dan. Come on.
Yeah.
Sure, there's always a guy, especially on the bad teams, there's always a good fantasy player for the garbage rounds, but not to get into too much nerding out on fantasy football.
yeah.
Thank you.
So,
Well, you
So,
don't like
so
football?
then,
What's wrong with you, Ashley?
From Texas, no matter how bad they are, Cowboys all the way.
Okay, you like
wow.
football, just not other
Yeah.
teams.
Don't give me that face, Dan. Don't give me
I don't care. You can like the Cowboys.
I don't know.
Okay. No, I'm just
So my
yeah.
career, like I say, has been all over the place, but every single thing has been is part of what I am right now. And then even the massage therapy, because I have a lot of knowledge of the body and movements and
What
stuff
the
that
heck? So how
help
the
me with
heck
the
did
industry,
you
with this industry.
how did you get into clinical research of all things? Like,
Okay, done.
I mean,
And
I
this
know the
is,
end result, but I don't know how
yeah,
you even became like got to that interview with
Yes, you
Jim,
do.
who's our
exactly.
Yes, you
Jim?
do.
No, I
Yes, you
don't.
do.
Yeah.
Yes, you do.
You probably don't remember, but
Okay,
the
okay.
only one friend that I had here, uh, his ex-wife was used to work with Jim, and then her husband her new husband used to work, still work with Jim, and he told me, hey, I know somebody from a hospital, maybe I can introduce you to him, and he will be able to maybe introduce you to somebody else.
Oh, so it
And
wasn't
I
about
say,
research, it was about hospital.
it was about getting a job in healthcare or pharmaceutical.
I don't know this
So
story. How does Chris know this story?
yeah. So then Jim interviewed me, and he told me, what is your aim? And I say, I would love to work in pharmaceutical. So then he said to me, hey, next week we have a presentation from somebody, I think it was from Johnson and Johnson, from Jensen. uh, Maybe you should come to
Okay.
that presentation, and I introduce you to her.
Oh, like they
um
do the lunch and learns for the sales reps to
exactly.
get the doctors excited about prescribing the
Yes,
drug.
yes.
Okay, so you said, "Hey, I'll come because why?
So
What was your goal?" Like,
because I wanted to expand my network and see
okay.
where I was going to break into the industry. So I went to that lunch and learns, and then I started talking with Jim more and more. And then all of a sudden, like I will say, like 2 weeks after, he told me, "Hey, we are starting. We have a clinical trial site. Um, we need somebody that speaks Spanish to bring patients.
Oh,
Would you
so
be
he brought it up.
interested?
Okay.
Yeah, would you be interested in doing something like that?" And I say, yes, I will be. I
Ah,
totally
so he's
will.
the
So
connector.
remember, Monica was the spy. Remember?
No, I remember that part.
What?
But for those that don't know, Jim Parkhurst is like a super successful hospital owner in Orange County. He's actually a Texan, but he's been living out here for the last,
Ooh.
I don't know, 40 years. And I've known him for years. He became our partner for one of our sites, me and Chris. And yeah, we thought that he planted Monica in the site to keep an eye on me and Chris. So it wasn't for like a year, I was not comfortable with Monica being there. I was kind of like, not really being myself for like a year around her.
Oh my gosh,
Like
That's
with
too
other
that's
people, I
funny.
would have conversations. With Monica, it'd be like a few words. I'd be like, yeah.
Oh, Monica.
but how lucky I was to get right in the I mean, it was the right place, because first of all, I mean, when I was going to get the interview, I was obviously like looking at who was going to be interviewing me. And then when I saw, oh my gosh, the guru is going to interview me, I have no idea about research. And then I was trying to look for information about Chris, and I didn't find basically
You
nothing.
still
Chris
won't
is a
find
ghost.
basically
He's a
anything.
ghost.
Huh? No, the only person
You'll
that I
find
wasn't.
that Nazi guy that Dan tells me about. He says I got to get a present, so that person's not.
This is true. There was a Chris Sauber who has no relation to this Chris Sauber, who is like a kind of like a Nazi, like an extremist.
Wow.
He's probably been deplatformed by now, but for a while, people were like, "Is that your business partner?" I was like, "No,
No.
that's not him."
So I was looking for information, and when I saw that Dan had so many videos and stuff, I was very scared. I was super nervous, but I used his own videos to prepare myself for the meeting, for the interview.
Yeah.
Um, and then I went to the interview, and it was Chris, Dan, I think it was Dr. Kellogg also and Jim. So I said, and they start asking me questions, and that was it. So uh, I think 2 weeks after that, I start working with you guys, and it's been since then. I mean,
It was
I don't
2000.
even know what to say. That was
Yeah, that was late
2014,
2013, right? Late 2013, early 2014.
14 or 13, I
Y'all
Hey, so
believe.
you
literally
Yeah.
started.
found a diamond in a rough.
Yeah, we did. We didn't
Seriously.
even know. We thought she was a
Needle
spy.
in a haystack, literally.
Yeah, we thought she was a spy. Quite honestly,
She's a double agent now.
yeah, she is.
Monica, I'll get
Quite
you.
honestly, at the time, this clinic was so small. It was me, Chris, and two coordinators. We didn't really need Monica there. So when Jim told me and Chris, hey, we gotta find a role for this lady, I was like, this guy is putting a spy here to keep track of us. And so I was like, okay, I guess you can do recruitment. And so she started out patient recruitment, which is what we tell everybody. This is a great way to get started. I actually had a question today. Hey, can somebody with a background in social media do patient, get into research? Yeah, patient recruitment. So that's how Monica started. And Monica quickly learned. I mean, she learned quick. And this girl, there is no telling her no. Like, she does not take no for an answer. She will relentless. The facilities are telling her no. She shows up with sandwiches. I mean, like she shows up
Right,
on
Monica.
Thanksgiving, giving food to these assisted living facilities who, they don't
Aw.
have any family coming to visit. Monica went to visit. I remember, like Monica did so many good things, like in her role, and eventually they say yes. So that's in a nutshell how she started with patient recruitment.
Oh, that's so awesome, Monica. Oh my gosh, I can't believe you had this kind of a story. It's super inspiring. Awesome.
Yeah, but since the beginning, Monica, I was always like once I got to trust Monica, I started asking her. I don't know if you remember Monica, but I was like, "What do you want to achieve in your career?" And then you told me some stuff about like hospitals, which I don't know if you still plan on doing that, but she's completely gone into clinical research now, like full steam ahead, with study coordinator, then site director, then rater, then site owner, now CRC Academy instructor, Latino and clinical research co-founder, social investor. I mean, you really like took off and did everything in a short amount of time, like from 2013 until 2021. So that's like in a nutshell what you did, but it started from patient recruitment and it started from being a good I guess influence, like good persuasion. Monica is a very good at influencing people at sales, and she's also very outgoing and trustworthy, and like makes you feel comfortable when you're talking to her.
Which is
So
difficult with people in sales, to be honest.
very
So like,
difficult,
yeah,
very difficult. Like
that's super
Monica's
awesome.
pretty cool when it comes to like that, especially. Um, I don't know. What do you think, Chris?
Yeah, without a doubt, very friendly, um, very nice to talk with. I couldn't disagree with any of that.
She actually just negotiated one of our best budgets of all time. We made a 3-minute video.
I saw you post that. I haven't watched
Yeah, we
it. I
did
was
a
gonna
three
watch
minute
it.
video today on that. Monica's even doing budgets now. So there's no stopping this woman. And what do you have planned for the future, Monica? Like 10 years from now? Because
Take
you've
me
all
with
this,
you.
yeah, all this from 2013 till 2021. So where are you going to be in 2031? What do you have in mind?
Well, right now we're like I say, we're in a harvesting period, so we're planting a lot of seeds. So by that time, I want to see all those seeds growing into. I mean, obviously from here to then, being even trees. So picking up all those, harvesting all the. I mean, picking up all those results. Right now, for me, it's just growing and growing and growing what we started, I mean, making an empire out of
What?
this
Yeah, that's
business.
crazy.
I mean, obviously, these are businesses, and that's the essence. But at the end of the day, it's always doing what you really like, what you really love. I don't feel that I'm really working. I'm just doing what I really like, and I'm so grateful for obviously for having you and Chris in my path, because without you this won't have been possible. Um, and on top of that, being a part of such a wonderful industry that is bringing me all this fulfillment that I probably will not have any other place. I wanted to be a doctor, but now I'm impacting the world in a different way. I'm
Now you're gonna be
still
teaching
helping.
doctors with the
Yeah.
PI Academy. But this
Yeah.
is all due to Monica's attitude. She's got, like I said, all never says no. Monica's the most optimistic person I'm trying to think if I've ever met, at least currently who I know. By
You're very
far,
optimistic.
the most optimistic person I currently know. Uh, I mean, there's been so many studies where I say no, we can't do this, and Monica tries to find a way. Like she just does not say no. And I thought I was pretty optimistic until I met Monica. Just like we thought we're organized till we met Ashley. I thought I was optimistic till I met Monica, but Monica's on a whole nother level, and she makes it happen like most of the time, which is crazy to think about.
Wow, thank you. Yeah, I remember with the CRC Academy, both of you used to say to me, no, I don't think that's gonna be. And I was, yes, let's do this business, let's
Oh
do
my
it.
gosh, you
She's
guys.
always saying yes. So like eventually we say yes and it works out, and this is crazy. So your attitude's amazing. Yeah, so see, that's somebody that zigzag all over the place, all over the industries, all over the planet, literally, and ended up in clinical research and is now using all those skill sets for this
Yeah.
industry and for her career. So
And I'm
yeah,
not going anywhere else. I'm going
Oh
to
no.
stay here until the end of my days.
That's good. The industry needs you. And so we appreciate it, Monica. This hopefully inspires a couple of people out there in
Inspire me.
Latinos in clinical. Yeah, should inspire all of us. Make sure you
Thank
like, subscribe, comment, share, and network with Monica on LinkedIn. Her link is underneath the show or the video and in the show notes. And Ashley Margot, Chris Sauber. If you guys have any questions, let Monica ask them now or forever hold your peace.
Uh, nothing. I mean, that's pretty mind blown right now. If I do have questions, I will ask you. I just
Oh,
need
and
to.
Monica speaks perfect Spanish, by the way.
Yes, she's perfectly
Perfect,
Of course.
bilingual.
perfect Spanish. And her all this we just said about her, English is not even her primary language. It's her second language. She does all this like with English as her second language. I don't know how we
Boom.
waited till the end for this, but now we're doing the podcast in Spanish too.
Yes.
So I mean, we got room to grow,
Yeah,
definitely.
there is no excuses. I learned English by myself, so there is no
Ugh,
excuses to learn things.
all the more reason why I definitely have to work on my Spanish, Monica. Oh my gosh. Couldn't make it better now.
Yeah,
Inspiration.
if you want to achieve anything, you can. Just a set of mind.
Mm-hmm.
Most definitely. Well, thank you.
Absolutely. So thank you guys. Chris, anything?
You're on
Chris
mute.
Sauber, I think you're on mute. I think you want to say
My
something.
apology. My daughter was yelling at me.
Oh,
Our pleasure. Our pleasure working with Monica. Absolutely.
oh yeah, definitely the most pleasant person to work with too. On top of all these accolades, so yeah,
Sometimes too much. Like when you're like in a bad mood, like it's like, oh my God, I can't handle it. Too optimistic, too nice, too everything's good.
yeah, yeah.
Thank you. Wow.
Thank you.
You guys made my day.
There we
When I work
go.
with you in person, I'm sure I'm gonna have like all the much more to say as well. I
Oh
look forward
yeah,
to working with you guys in person very soon. I know we're like all separate from the States, but very
one
soon.
day, one day.
Zoom,
LICR.
nobody's separated any longer with Zoom.
Yeah.
We're all
Yeah,
connected.
that's right.
Yes.
So thank you guys. Thank you, Monica. I know it'll inspire some people out there. So make sure you connect with Monica. Make sure you like, subscribe, share, and comment on this video below. And catch you all later. Bye-bye.
Bye.